Hello. My name's Emma. You're on my channel right now.
That was my phone.
What was that?
It was my phone.
Oh.
Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Sarah from Simply Sarah, which has been non-existent recently.
I'm Cecilia from That Disney Chick.
Nice. So, yeah, in September, we read Gods of Jade and Shadow by Sylvia Garcia Moreno. Does anyone have the physical copy to hold up?
I do. I have the library copy.
Nice and shiny.
Nice and shiny. Now I just gotta blind everybody real quick. There we go.
Should we give like a brief synopsis of what it's about?
Good question. Let me see. The inside says the jazz age is in full swing, but Cassiopeia Tune is too busy cleaning the floors of her wealthy grandfather's house to listen to any fast tunes. Nevertheless, she dreams of life far away from her dusty small town in southern Mexico, a life she can call her own. Yet this new life seems as distant as the stars until the day she finds a curious wooden box in her grandfather's room. I say grandfather's. She opens it and accidentally frees the spirit of the Mayan god of death, who requests her help in recovering his throne from his treacherous brother. Failure will mean Cassiopeia's demise, but success could make her dreams come true.
Nice.
Spooky. Okay.
All right. Cecilia, are you still doing star ratings at all or no?
Kind of. It's kind of like when I feel like it. I don't know.
So if you give this a rating, what would you have given it?
Okay. So I DNF'd it.
Oh!
I could not. I got to chapter 15. So 143. If you can see like my little bookmark. Oops.
Dang.
So 143.
Okay.
Everything's messed up. But if I had to give it a rating, I might give it another try. I doubt it. But if I had to give it a rating, I would give it 2 stars.
Okay.
But yeah. You're pretty shelf like. I did take notes this time on my little sticky note.
Oh my god, I totally forgot to take notes.
Sarah, what about you?
Okay, so like the physical copy of the book was like $20 on Amazon. And I would never on a book I haven't read.
Right.
So I was like, I don't know how I'm going to get this book because I don't do audiobooks. So I was like, oh my god, I'm going to have to. So then I left it until like the very last 2 days. And I didn't finish.
How far did you get?
I got to chapter 19 though. So I got further than 6.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Okay, my defense is not much farther. I'm going to find out exactly when that part is now. Just to spite. I'm almost there. Oh, you got to page 187. So like an extra like 40 pages. It's fine, whatever.
So did you like it, Sarah? Or
it was so hard for me to like retain the information. I think from listening to it, I did like it. I didn't for some reason listening to it, it was hard for me to focus because I was just like laying there listening. I didn't like the lady's voice.
I didn't
think it fit. It felt too old for the character. And then I didn't like how she would do the whatever his name is. I didn't like how she did his voice. But I did like the story, and I think if I had read the actual physical copy, I might have liked it more, because then I would have like retained the information.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think from what I've read, I'd probably give it 3 stars.
Yeah, I haven't really decided. I feel like I'd be between a 2 and a 3, but I think if I had physically read it, I probably would have DNF'd it. I don't know. The writing style was like so strange to me. Like it read like a myth.
Same, yeah.
But it's like I don't want that from like a full length like narrative plot, because it doesn't let you like it doesn't explain enough, and it moves at a really weird pace, and I felt like I didn't know anybody, and it was like telling this legend of like this girl who opens this box. And I was like, but I don't have, like, I can't connect with anything.
Yeah, because they kept changing perspective to Martine and the twin brother god dude.
Oh, yeah. It was weird because you're like, okay, in a legend, you wouldn't normally have all these multiple perspectives of random, like, here's my childhood and this is why I'm screwed up kind of thing. And so I was kind of like, so are we going for a myth kind of style, or do you want it to be more like a traditional? I was confused by that.
Yeah, same.
And I was also confused about who this was aimed for. I know that it's like the people on Goodreads, because I perused Goodreads before this to see what other people thought. And it was like everyone was kind of like, oh my gosh, it's such a great YA novel, and everyone's like, this is adult, yo, you need to stop it. But like, I feel like it would have benefited more. It would have benefited more if it was labeled as YA. I feel like.
What's its average rating on Goodreads?
I think it was a 3.9.
Ooh,
so
wow.
So not like bad, but not like, like 4.3, kind of level. So
yeah,
it had mostly 4 stars when I looked, and then my friend's average rating was 3 stars. So that's funny.
Huh? Okay.
I was like, okay. I was curious.
Yeah, I don't know anyone who's read this. So
I think I had like 2 people on Goodreads who read it. That was cool.
Interesting.
It was interesting.
I think it has promise. I just think if the writing style was different, it could have been way better, because I liked the main character. I just feel like she needed more time to shine. And then their chemistry was pretty good. But audiobooks, I had a hard time focusing. I fell asleep so much. My sister had to keep nudging me awake.
I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the first like little bit of it was interesting. Like, it was moving pretty fast, but then I was surprised by how soon she like opened that box. And then it just kind of like jump started this whole weird like train of like fast-paced stuff, and it was like, I don't know, like it didn't go deep enough into like there's a bunch of different like gods, and then it's like we're talking about this one's brother, but I don't know. It was odd.
Yeah, I think I wrote down that the part where they started their journey was like page 50, which I felt was kind of early, like around page 50-ish.
Yeah.
I was glad though. The beginning was so boring.
It was really slow.
It was slow, but then it also felt rushed at the same time because I felt like I knew none of the characters. At all. Like, if you'd asked me what Cassiopeia was like as a personality, I couldn't tell you. Like, I couldn't think of anything, like any personality trait that she had. I couldn't think of any of her likes or dislikes of other than like her family. But like anything like that, like I can't tell her what her passions are other than she wanted to leave town. That's all I know about her.
I was probably hot-headed. I think she's very easily angered.
Yeah, but I need more than that.
Yeah, that's
I need more than just being hot-headed. That's not a personality.
Yeah, I don't know. And like having finished the book, I still like I don't know anything about her. And the ending was super predictable. Like, okay. I don't know. It just like wrapped up with like a nice little bow, and I'm just like, okay.
You gonna give me some spoilers on that?
Yeah, you gonna tell us what happened?
No, like it was so forgettable. But like he got his freaking body parts back, and like she had to do I can't even remember, but she had to do all this stuff like to get it back, because of course like he can't do it. It's like, oh, this random mortal can do it, so she had to like, go through all these like your classic like trials and whatever to get this thing back for him. And then he's all happy, and then she's all happy, and then it ends with like her deciding not to go back to her like grandpa's house where everything was awful. And I think she was in like a carriage thing, and she's like thinking about her bright new future, and that's how it ended.
That is super
lame.
Yeah, it was like I wanted someone to die, Like, I wanted stuff to happen, and it was all just, like, really, like, fairy tale-ish.
Oh, that's lame. Especially when there's so many gods and they're supposed to not care about you and be indifferent.
Right.
True. Yeah. I don't know why, but no.
Oh, and they fell in love, but then it's like it wouldn't work out. So
they didn't end up together?
They didn't. Because he's like, it won't work, like, I'm a god. And she's like, oh, true.
Oh, true.
But, like, it also, like, I don't know how old he's supposed to be.
I think he said he was 20. That's what our Saw reviews say. That someone's supposed to look around 20, but then, like, mentally,
it's like
he's probably been there since, like, the dawn of time.
You know?
And how old is she?
She's, like, 18.
17?
Around that age.
Yeah.
17, 18.
Okay, that sounded weird then. I don't know why. I was picturing something really creepy, but...
Oh, yeah, like, he's, like, 40, and he's like, what's up?
She definitely acts younger than she is, I feel like.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah, I feel that. I don't know, the romance, I remember seeing at the beginning, or, like, I seen their banter, and I was like, oh, God, are they gonna make a romance out of this? Because I cannot. Because, like...
Yeah,
I felt no chemistry between.
Oh my god,
them.
I felt it.
And
I was like, ooh, little sizzles.
I was just like, I don't know. And also, he just treated her badly the entire time. So it was kind of like, what are you doing?
I know, and it just felt really forced. Like there'd be those weird lines of like, it's just her whole conflict of like, oh, I've grown up so sheltered and, like, pure. And then she has all these weird, like, thoughts about this god. And so it's like we have to listen to her thoughts about, why did I just ask that? Like, that's so inappropriate.
Oh my god, yeah, that's the word.
Honestly, yeah.
I hate the inner thoughts.
Yeah, that got old. I was like, I get it. You're really awkward about all this stuff, but you don't need to keep... Yeah, I was like, okay.
It was just, ugh.
I don't know. And her family's awful.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Why? I was always confused of why her mom was very complacent this entire time. Like, I understand to an extent, but then I'm also like, you're just telling your daughter to be like, oh, just deal with it. Just deal with the pain. Deal with the abuse. It's fine. We'll just live here forever. It'll be fine. And I'm like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What? No wonder she left and didn't think about you guys for like a week.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's crazy.
She said, like, why don't you say something in that kitchen conversation? And then she's like, well, you don't know the stuff I've had to sacrifice. And then automatically she's like, oh, Mom.
And it was like, well, then why don't you say what you sacrificed?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. And it felt so predictable that the person who took, like, his body parts or whatever was his brother. I was like, of course it was.
Not even any brother, his twin brother.
Yeah, I was like, classic. Oh, God.
And then there was like 6 other brothers, and I'm like, is there like a hierarchy of brothers, or are they like all at the same level? Then I'm like, I'm surprised one of the other brothers hasn't like overthrown you, and I was like really confused about that.
Yeah.
Like, you think this would be a continuous thing? Like, this was the first time it happened?
Well,
it seemed like.
Right. And I was still kind of confused as to how that box ended up with her grandpa.
Same.
I feel like they probably said it at the end, and I don't remember.
It was in the middle, really. He said that because he was explaining it to Martine after the evil brother came. He was like, I was born at the right time in the right month, and this sorcerer witch lady came. And then brought associates, and the brother was one of them. And it was
like, and you just would have
that realm, so he had to keep it in his area. So it was lame.
It sounded so lame. I don't know.
It's just like it's just such like a classic like myth kind of explanation for what happened. but it doesn't work in this kind of a story.
No.
To have such like a surface level explanation of everything.
Yeah.
You know?
True. And I was like, I don't know, I was constantly confused about the world throughout this book. Because there was, I don't know, I remember this one part literally like 10 pages before I DNF'd it. I bookmarked it. I was ready. I was ready for this. And they were talking, Hunkame and Cassiopeia were talking about dreams for some strange reason. And then he was like, dreams are for mortals. And she's like, why? Because they die. And I'm like, what?
Oh, I remember that.
And then it just dropped, and she's like, "Oh, that's sad." I'm like, that didn't answer my question.
Yeah,
because they die. What? And I felt like the book was full with a lot of those things that just made no sense.
Yeah, they had some weird conversations.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
I was like, okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
I also, Did anyone else did you guys hate Martine as much as I did?
Oh my god, he was awful.
Oh yeah.
I never wanted to curb stomp someone so hard. Just real quick. I can't.
Yeah, he was
trying to give him a redemption arc.
I know, and he doesn't deserve that. Like, nothing is gonna make me like him right now.
And so we're like, oh, it's because like my grandfather favored her, and I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah,
you still suck. He was like, and that's why I'm entitled because she did this to me. She started it. I'm like, okay, sir, sure.
Yeah, he could have had way more depth than he was given. Like, if he was given more depth as a character, and he was like his personality had more like, oh cat.
Yeah.
Like, he would have been better if he just had more to him, but it was just kind of flat. Like, I was like, I don't really care that much.
Yeah.
True.
I agree.
It was very fun. Yeah.
Oh my god. Every time, I think it was in the beginning, and the narrator would just be like, Flore, you know that demon guy? And every time she would say his name, I'd just be like, you really have to pronounce his name like that? Like, just get it in my ear.
Oh my gosh.
She, I feel like, too, with certain words, had a lisp.
Yeah.
And it was so frustrating, because I'm like, at least be consistent with it. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, that was not the best audiobook experience, for sure.
Yeah, her voice was very monotone to the point where I was listening to it and reading it, and I was just like, I'm about to fall asleep reading this book, even though I'm actually physically reading at the same time. Had it 2.3 speed, I was trying to. I was like, I can't.
Yeah, horrible.
I can't with her voice. I was like, if I make it faster, maybe it'll be better.
It's just the voice was just so aged. It was just so hard to connect her to the character because it was it's not realistic, and then it's hard for me to picture it in my head.
She felt like she was in her late 30s, and I was
I was supposed to believe you're 17.
Okay.
Yeah, and they just they didn't do a good job of describing what people look like and any mannerisms or any info about them.
True.
Because
info.
It's I hate when books info dump someone's looks, because then I always forget by the end. But they didn't even really do that, and then they never mentioned, they didn't intersperse it in any way throughout the thing. So it's I have no idea what these people look like. Yeah, and so I kept picturing her as way older because of the way she was acting, and I had forgotten how old that they actually said she was. But yeah, it was all over the place.
All I knew was that she had really long hair, and then she had to cut it.
Yeah, and then she cried. She cried for a page and a half, and I was like, I get it, but stop. I was like, Yeah. And he's looking at her like, bitch, get up.
Yeah.
I can't. But it was weird. The places that they decided to info dump was weird because there's a lot of info dumping in some areas, and then I'm like, I kind of forgot this took place during the Jazz Age because nothing gave way to that other than the short hair.
What was the point of that setting?
Exactly. Like, other than everyone having short hair, like this could have taken place like now, and I would have been like, yeah, everyone has short. A lot of people have short hair. That makes sense. Like, it didn't really do much for me. I kind of forgot.
Yeah, for sure. They said it at the beginning, and then I think they said it at the very end, and I was like surprised because I completely forgotten that it was set in that time. And there's no reason for it to be.
Yeah, not really. No, like
Yeah,
it could really be set in the
part.
last the last 100 years, and it would be the exact same story.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it was set in the 60s, probably wouldn't have changed. Maybe differently because of like political climates, but in the area. But other than that, I don't see any issue with that.
Yeah.
I think the only
compared to our other fantasies.
Have you read more things from her?
Mm-mm.
Oh, because I think I have one of her, like a vampire novel that she read on my TBR, and it has significantly like worse ratings than this one, and I'm scared. And I'm scared. It's like it has like a
maybe
3 point.
If it's vampires, maybe it's better.
True,
You
but it
know,
has like a
different.
3.3 or 3.2 rating on Goodreads, and I was like, maybe I should just take it off real quick.
I don't know. It depends on the synopsis, maybe. But then again, this one had a really good synopsis, and it's like
I know. I was so excited for this.
Oh, I was so excited, and then the cover looks so pretty as well.
yeah.
And I was like,
Synopsis had me. It's like as soon as you mentioned this book, I was like, I don't even care about my book no more. I'm gonna promote this one. Let's get this one chosen. And oh my god! Then you guys were like, I don't know about this book, you guys. And I was like, wait, I haven't even read it.
we need to pick a synopsis that just sounds very basic, and maybe it'll blow our minds away.
I'm like actually pretty excited for next month because all of them are like older, and I feel like some of them the plots are more basic. Oh. So maybe they'll actually come through in that way.
Yeah, well, actually, I enjoyed it a little more.
Because they're not like, riding the hype train. I mean, this isn't riding the hype train either, but
yeah,
it's
I heard nothing about this. I don't know.
Yeah, I had Googled. I went on YouTube like yesterday, and I typed it in, and there was like 6 like book review videos talking about it, and they all had like barely any views. Like it was surprising. Like no one's talking about it.
I saw one video from, I'm trying to remember what their channel name is, but I know their name's Adriana, and I know that they love this book, or at least they really enjoyed it, like at least give it 4 stars or more. So,
yeah.
But I didn't watch the review because I knew we were reading it for this, so I didn't want to like.
Yeah, I had watched one yesterday that was like 6 reasons why you should read this book.
I think it was that one.
Yeah, and it was actually like, I don't know. It just worked with them, I guess, because what they were saying, I was like, I get what you're saying. I just don't personally agree with it. But I was like, you are making good points of like why this story is like more unique and everything.
Yeah.
But I was like, nah, it's not for me.
You felt unique, but it also felt basic. I don't know.
Yeah, it was very strange.
Let me see. What did I bookmark?
Like it was hard to connect to and all that stuff.
That's true. I also felt like the journey kind of repetitive. It kind of repeated the same formula, especially when I said. I was like, oh, okay, they did this once. Maybe I don't know if they kept doing it. No, they kept doing it. It looks like because I read a couple of Goodreads reviews, and someone was like, they just repeated the same plot thread like 3 more times, and then the climax happened.
Yeah.
Of them like going to a city, trying to find a body part. The person was like, oh no, I can't disrespect your brother. And then them being like, well, just give it to me or I'll beat you. And I'm like, all right, yeah. And then just repeated per city.
Yeah.
That's boring. Nope.
I really hope the book for next month is I can get it physically from my library.
Yeah. Depending on, Emma, what book did you pick again? Because I remember you gave like a couple of answers, but I can't remember if you decided.
I didn't decide one because I didn't know what everyone's read from the ones that.
I know I haven't read any of the ones you picked.
Sarah, did you read any of
looked at
them?
it. I looked at it. I think Night Circus was on there, and I was like, cool, I'll read Night Circus.
So you haven't read it?
I haven't read it because I still have it on my shelf, but I just haven't gotten to it yet.
I'll pick that one then.
I remember reading the first sentence and I was like, not today, and I just put it away. But this was also like 4 years ago before I was a reader, so I can't really judge myself.
I feel like it's very polarizing, I feel like. Like, there's people that love it. It's supposed to be slow paced, but supposedly like atmospheric and amazing. And then I feel like half the people I know like absolutely hated it.
I think this is like a lot of our picks. Because I know, I picked Fury Board, and that book is very hit or miss for people.
I own that one too, so I'm happy. If either of yours get picked, I'm happy because I own them and I don't have to buy it.
It's good, but like my library shouldn't have it like 8 weeks backed up. Like, that's what I'm excited about. I don't know why this one. They must only have like one copy, but it was like, yeah, it'd be 9 weeks until you get it, and I'm like, great.
It was weird because like I switched my library. Like the library I went to before was like the biggest library in the city, and now I go to like the smallest library in the city because it's closer. And strangely, this copy was there, but then when I went on the day, I was like, I'm gonna go pick it up, and they were like, oh, yeah, someone checked it out. I'm like, are you sure this section has like this section of fantasy and this section of romance? I don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
Huh? Yeah,
I was a little salty.
I've had horrible luck with trying to get them from the library. That's why I keep having to audiobook it.
Yeah. This one also, when I went on to Libby, they were like, oh, audiobook was just available. I'm like, let's go. I was ready.
Yeah, I don't think I'll audiobook anymore. Not for me.
I never audiobook fantasy, but I keep having to for the last 2 of their book club picks. But it's just so hard for me to follow along with fantasy things over audio.
Mm-hmm.
For
like,
me,
you really have to pay attention.
That's true. For me, it has to be a good narrator. If I can't, it's like same with podcasts for me. Like if me and the narrator's voice kind of like don't mesh, then I will like lose everything.
And some narrators are so good that I'm like, I definitely feel like I like the story more because I listen to it.
Exactly. One of my favorite books I solely have listened to on an audiobook. I'm like, the narrator just precious.
Yeah.
And it's a fantasy too. But it's more like a middle grade to YA fantasy, but still, it's still great. I still love it.
Sarah, did you pick one for next month?
Yeah, I think I had 2 choices because a lot of mine, they're like fairly new, but I haven't read them yet because I buy uncontrollably.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I picked Long May She Reign or The Last Magician, but I'm thinking I'm going to do Long May She Reign because it's shorter and I don't want to risk me not finishing.
Okay. I'm going to put that down because we need to post that.
Oh, yeah, we should post that poll.
And then cool. Mia chose The Red Rising, which I've also wanted to read, and I think the paperback's only like $9 on Amazon, so that should be cool if that's picked.
I think I got a certain amount of like I know I got like 100 pages in The Red Rising, and then my ebook hold just automatically went back to the library, and I just never bothered to like go get into it because I was like, I got 100 pages in, man. I was like, I was into it, but that was also like 2 years ago, so I don't remember anything that I read.
Okay.
I want to say the main character's name is Darren, but I'm probably wrong.
Darrow?
I don't know.
Oh, Darrow. I think that's it.
Oh, ooh, yes.
It sounds right.
Look at me. But yeah, that's all.
Man.
No.
Yeah. Well, do we have any other thoughts about this book?
It was just so boring.
It was so boring. I can't. It was just so boring. You couldn't be bothered.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know if I want to waste my Sunday racing to finish this. So
That's how I was really sad. I was like, should I force myself to finish? I was like,
No, you didn't miss out on anything.
I had a feeling. That's why I went on to Goodreads. I remember seeing this one review. It was one sentence, and it said, for being the god of death, he sure has the personality of a bag of sand. And I was like, I love this.
So true.
It's hilarious.
They didn't rate it. They just put that, and I was like, you know what? I love you. Can we be friends?
I thought he was gonna be so cool.
Right?
And he was kind of, yeah, and he was kind of
the
lame.
Darkling vibe. That's what I
Yeah.
thought I was gonna get, and I just didn't. And I was like, wow.
Yeah, the Darkling had more characterization than this guy did.
Yeah, this guy
True.
was supposed to be evil and indifferent, and he was just like, but they're like, oh, because your bone is in her hand, you're slowly gonna become human.
You're like, oh, because you have abs, that you must be a great character. And I'm like, no. Abs doesn't make you beautiful. Well,
It's funny.
I'll redact that statement. But abs doesn't make you a great character. Doesn't give you a personality.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah. But yeah. Those are my thoughts.
Wow. I've missed you guys.
I missed you too.
Wait,
Oh, I'll be back.
so you can see it more.
Good.
Yay!
You better be.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, I went down to one video a week because I was like, I can't sustain more than that right now.
Oh my god, yeah, I don't know how I did it when I did 2 videos a week.
I don't either. It's only,
I don't either.
I think it's been 3 weeks since I stopped doing 2 videos a week, and I already am like, I don't know how I ever did that.
Literally, I do the one video and I'm like, I'll film it, and then 5 days later, I'm like, yeah, I should probably edit that.
Same. Oh my
That's
god.
what it is.
Yeah, it's Sunday, and I still haven't even started editing mine for Wednesday, so that's fun.
I haven't even filmed a video yet. Oh my god. I literally asked, I was like, I have many ideas, but I don't know which one to film yet. So I did a poll, and I don't know if that's done yet or not. We'll see.
Oh, I should go vote in it.
Yeah, I'll see. Because I did 3 options of what video I should film next, and I thought they were pretty good options, but I don't know.
Oh, I did vote in it. That's weird. I have no memory of that. That always happens to me. I'm like, poll, and then I click it, and then it's like, did I even process what I said? I don't know.
I love
I haven't really even been on Twitter today, so I haven't even seen what I'm at in the poll. I'm curious now. Oh, winning so far. Oh, final results. Rereading my favorite book looks like. I'm scared.
It said final results?
Yeah, it says final results. Yeah.
I didn't
Rereading
do it.
favorite book, and then it was ranking fave Disney movies, or just I meant Disney movies in general, and then room tour.
Okay,
which
what's
I
next?
wanted to
What
do.
should I film? Room tour, rereading favorite book, ranking fave Disney. Okay, I would have voted for ranking fave Disney movies.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about doing that. That might be my next video afterwards, because I'm kind of like, I want to roast people. I don't know.
Yeah,
I want to roast people's faves.
do it.
Roasting is fun.
Definitely, always.
Well, yeah, I'll put the poll up
Sweet.
Sounds good.
once this is over, and then what's the Sunday?
Oh,
It'd be the 27th.
of October.
Yeah.
October. Oh, I go to a concert the next day. Lee.
Fun. What concert?
AJR. They're my favorite band. I'm seeing them. This is my 2nd time seeing them.
Nice.
What kind of music do they sing?
It's kind of alternative with a little bit of EDM, but they add a lot of cool different stuff to it. One of their songs has a church choir, and then they move it into some rap. It's weird. They do different stuff. It's good. I like them.
Cool.
It's good. I got my boyfriend into it. It's great.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm down. I'm good for the 27th. I ain't doing nothing that day.
I think I'm off every Sunday, but I'm not sure because I have a new job.
Okay. Cool.
Fun.
We shall see. Okay, I will end this.
Alrighty, sounds good.
Fun.
Bye.
Bye.
I don't know what to do. Bye.
That's a mood.
Mm.
It's taking so long.